Close your eyes. Get some rest.
Well, hi girlies. Welcome back or welcome to the vlog if this is your first time here. Hi, my name is Malaysia and today's video is going to be all about getting into the spring vibes. Overall, just trying to live a bit more whimsical even in the midst of chaos. I feel like so many people talk about whimsy. What about bringing more whimsy into your everyday life? And a little diaries of just seeing what we can get up to outside of our phones, creatively, reading, getting into the spring spirit, maybe doing some baking. I filmed a video similar to this last summer. I just talked about like my favorite media pieces. We did some thrifting, some cozy times together, and I'm excited to kind of like redo this again, but with spring. Spring is my favorite season. You guys are probably going to hear me say that until summer comes, that I love spring, and I'll say it like 1,000 times over and over and over. I actually did start this vlog about last week and I forgot to film an intro, so I do think it is funny that I'm making like a getting in the spring vibes vlog, and now the weather has dropped back down for us, so it's been like 30-40 degrees in the morning. Literally the cold is raining on right now and my nose is like stuffy. I thought that us being in the south, we were gonna get the advantage of having like an early spring, but maybe not. But anyways, how about we cue back to the time where it was like actually warm outside and it felt like spring. Good morning, girlies. It's about 11 o'clock. And as we can see, I've pretty much really been like digging into reading lately. Like the reading spark is just like, she's a flame and she's growing, and I love that for me. I feel like I'm currently in a phase of life right now where like if I'm not reading and like actively doing something to like get out of my mind for a bit, I'm gonna go insane. So here we are, reading it is. I had mentioned how I picked this up around last year and I brought it back because I just had so much on my reading plate at that time. And so I also definitely think one of the reasons I brought it back, I didn't even start reading it, by the way. I definitely think another reason I brought it back is because I was hearing so many mixed reviews of people being like, it's not good, whatever. And so I'm really excited to read this for myself and then kind of form my own opinion and not feed off of others, because there are a lot of people that are going to be like, oh, I didn't like it, and I'm probably going to love it. And even if I don't, I'm really excited to read it. So about 100 pages in and 5 chapters in, and so I want to get some reading done today. I want to see how much reading I can get done with also implementing the things that I like need to do today solely. So we're gonna have a little reading day of sorts. I'm very excited. I'm not sure what's on my reading agenda so far, but that's the fun part, like the wait and see moment, kind of the thrill of it. It's starting to feel like spring, like the good vibes are instilled. So first of sorts, I'm gonna go make myself a little coffee. I did run out of pods, so I'm gonna be using cold brew, but that's fine. That's fine. I literally just want coffee. I don't care what kind of coffee, I just want coffee.
Found myself in a cardboard box, feelings hidden deep down. I found us back now, I can't escape. Oh, you're not one you get rid of. I linger as the ground shakes.
It's about 6:30 now and we're grilling for the first time this season because, as I've said literally like 100,000,000 times, the weather is absolutely stunning, gorgeous. So grilling it is. I've had a really pacey, anxious, stressed past few days. I'm going to take myself to a few towns over to sit at a little coffee shop today. A little mood outfit today, like it feels like spring, and I wanted to dress like spring, but it is cold. So also bringing my current read with me today. The coffee shop I'm going to doesn't close till 7, so I'm really excited about that. We're gonna sit down and have a breather moment after these crazy past few days. still working on my iced latte. I didn't realize how much I drank until like I got into the thrift store and I was strolling around for a bit and I was like, oh, I'm almost done. I asked for a little bit more vanilla and I got an oat milk iced vanilla latte and it's delicious. I did pop into this little community thrift store right here because it's right down the road and I was like, why not? And I'm never here. It is kind of one of my favorite thrift stores that we have. And I am so proud of myself. I held some restraint and I didn't really look at the clothes because I was like, I don't need any clothes right now because my closet is barely fitting. Like the clothes in my closet can barely fit as is, and I don't feel like organizing my closet right now, and if I bought more clothes I would have to do that. So that is my motivation to not buy any new clothes. But I did get one thing, and oh, it's like, I'm gonna show you the one thing that I did get because it is so cutie and like just the spring vibes. Like this, it screams spring. I did in fact have to take my sweater off because it's now 73 degrees. So that is what living in the South is like, if you were wondering. I sent a picture to my mom and they had so many good furniture pieces in here. I was like, I would love to start collecting for my future house that I have no idea when I'll be able to buy. But there was this gorgeous like couch and hutch in there and I was sending all the pictures to my mom and I sent her a picture of this and she called me back and she was like, I love that. So I got it for her and it is now like all the little like fake eggs are kind of just like tumbling everywhere, but it is this little like wooden box and as you can see it says eggs on it, so I'm assuming you just put eggs in here. Obviously it's a box that says eggs. You put eggs in here. The eggs in here are fake, and I think that's so cutie. And we don't have any chickens, but like I think this would be so cutie too if you had chickens and then you got fresh eggs and you just she's gonna love that. It feels like very like southern like farmhouse. I am going to head to the little library here because I've never gone to the library here, and the library card that I have is for like a main library branch parish, and apparently in this town I can use that library card there too. So I'm gonna go check out the library and see what we can find. Okay, as you can see, we've made it home. But before we get into any more of the fun of the whimsiness spring vibes, I'd sit down and talk about some little ways to add a little bit more whimsy to your everyday life in your current season. The current season being spring. Well, it's not technically spring, but in my head it is spring. Okay, so I've categorized everything into two sections. We have media and hobbies. I'm going to be talking about films and music. I'm not going to be talking about books. I'm not going to be talking about books today because I am going to be filming a whole separate video for my upcoming spring TBR. Let's get into some media, why don't we? My vibe this spring is the Cole Single Aunt and like a 2000s rom-com. Spring's like so much light and just like colorfulness and just like so much into the movie or film. That's my vibe. Or simply just a cutesy little fairy from Pixie Hollow. When I think of spring, I mainly think of my childhood. First section of films, we're going to be talking about movies that kind of just literally bring out the full like spring vibes. Remind me of my personal childhood. First we have Matilda. Matilda is an absolute classic. My vibes for the spring is, and just in general in life, is to be more like Miss Honey, embodiment of spring. Like she screams spring to me. Her character is so kind and gentle and just lovely in every single way, and I want to be more like her. Matilda is definitely a comfort movie of my own, and it always has been. We're just gonna be going down the Disney rabbit hole because what's spring if not some cutie little Disney cozy fantasies? Like I love the fantasy world and Disney is that for me. So we have Cinderella. I love the live action and the cartoon, but I have to say the live action might be my fave. They've been killing it with live actions these past few years. I also have Maleficent. Elle Fanning in Maleficent, she just ate down so bad. So that has been one of my favorites for a really long time. And I also love the soundtrack of Maleficent. It is just so good. The instrumentals there for the vibes of Maleficent. It is so good. Like the set, the instrumentals, just everything is just... Next thing we have is Beauty and the Beast. I love the cartoon and the live action, but the live action as Emma Watson, love and will be on repeat. I also love the soundtrack so much. I feel like that is my theater kid roots, is being obsessed with that soundtrack. We have Tangled. Once again, the Tangled soundtrack. We have Into the Woods, which holds a bunch of bittersweetness because Into the Woods was my first show in theaters. But Into the Woods is such a good film in general. And then we have the Shrek franchise. I love the entire franchise, is literally my life, but however, I love Shrek 2. Shrek 2 definitely holds a really like big place in my heart, and the Shrek soundtrack is amazing as well. Covered some media that kind of reminds me of my childhood and just kind of embodies spring vibes. We're gonna go into some movies that are just cozy and comforting but also feel like spring. First up is we have We Bought the Zoo. I feel like this is a movie that is severely underrated. I don't ever hear anyone talk about it. This holds so much on my heart because when we got a van and it was our first car with a DVD player in it, we had thrifted that movie and it was our first time watching it, and for so long that would be the only movie that we'd watch in the car for over and over and over and over. And so that movie also holds so much sweetness in it. The cast is so good. Like Elle Fanning in it is amazing. It is such a beautiful movie, and it's also based on a real story. Really cozy up, sunshiny, like happy, like family movie. There is a little bit of sad parts in it, but it is such a like good feel-good movie for spring. The next thing we have is Enchanted, which we're going back to our Disney girl roots because Enchanted is literally so stunning, perfect. I can't ever get over that movie and the soundtrack as well. And I feel like it's the perfect also like embodiment of like cozy, whimsical. You want to feel like a princess during spring. That is it. Of course, we have Tinkerbell. My personal favorite is Tinkerbell #1, and then Tinkerbell is Secret Fairy Rescue, I believe it is called. That one has always stood out to me so much. It is so cozy, where she ends up kind of like trapped in this little girl's house. Her dad didn't believe that she had a fairy in her room. Such a cozy, comforting movie. It's just so magical, and it really shows so much kindness the way the little girl treated Tinkerbell, and I love that movie so much. We have The Wizard of Oz, which I love The Wizard of Oz, and there's also so many good like remakes of The Wizard of Oz as well. And we have The Princess Diaries, which I think The Princess Diaries may always be one of my like favorite movies ever. Like Anne Hathaway in that, like everything about it is just, it's perfect for spring, perfect 2000s cozy vibes. We have the Princess Protection Program, which like I said, I feel like Disney just embarks like the cozy spring vibes, and the Princess Protection Program is my favorite. I remember taking place in Louisiana, my hometown, but I don't think it was filmed there. We literally have two icons, Selena Gomez and Demi Lovato, and then the soundtrack is so amazing. And then I just remember like it was they hated each other to them then becoming best friends. And like also like Rosie, she was secretly a princess, like what's not to love? Secretly a princess and ends up moving to like the country in the middle of nowhere, like captivates like the cool girl teen in the 2000s that I always wish I could have been, but I was not a teen in the early 2000s, unfortunately. Now I have some movies on my list that I really want to watch that I've never watched before. We have Ramona and Beezus, we have Selena Gomez, and I've just seen so many like edits and like pictures and stuff of Ramona and Beezus, and I've never personally seen it, so that's definitely on my watch list this spring. Then we also have 27 Dresses. I am a rom-com lover, so that is on there as like a highly want to watch. We also have 13 Going on 30, which I want to watch that as well. I feel like that would be such a good movie to watch for like being in your 20s. Now we've made it into our music section of media. I've been listening to a lot of movie soundtracks. I love instrumentals right now that just feel really like cozy. I've also been loving Harry Styles' new album, Kiss All the Time, Disco Occasionally, of course. I've been listening to that nonstop. I think right now my favorite is Coming Up Roses, or maybe Waiting Game. I can't decide just yet. Also, Literally Anything and Everything by Clairo. I've also been loving soundtracks from like the early 2000s. so much. And then lastly, old Taylor Swift. I love like Fearless and Taylor Swift, and Speak Now has been like my favorite, and I feel like Baby Taylor always reminds me of like my childhood and spring vibes as well. I'll insert some of my favorite albums that I've been listening to here. We made it into our second and last section, hobbies. I feel like spring is such a cozy time to get into a new hobby, try something new. So here are some little hobby ideas to kind of just bring more whimsiness into your everyday life. Kind of just spice up your spring a little bit. First thing is scrapbooking. I love scrapbooking, and I haven't scrapbooked since like January because I thought I wanted to get another scrapbook journal and just do like a whole new scrapbook entry, which I definitely do want to do that, but I think I will continue scrapbooking just for now as is. The next thing is obviously reading. I have been reading so much, and I think spring and summer is probably like the best time for reads. Reading is such a good thing. Along with that, going to the library. I love going to my local library. You will find so many books that you were probably wanting to buy, or maybe that was even on your TBR at the library for free. Not only do you get to read it for free, you also get to support your local library, which is really cool. The next thing is baking. I'm not that great at baking, so I kind of usually just like stick to like the basics or just simply don't bake at all. But however, I do want to get better. I also do, however, want to get in my sourdough making era. I want to be able to make a good sourdough loaf. So I think that's definitely a fun little idea. There's so many easy recipes to mess around with and experiment with. So we'll definitely be baking this spring. Next thing is gardening, which I feel like may be such an obvious thing, but it is so fun. Like, I don't think gardening is as complicated as it like has to be, only if you make it, honestly. You can literally just do something simple. Like last year, me and my mom got a bunch of little seeds from the Dollar Tree, and we simply just sprinkled them where we wanted to. You water them and then they grow. Definitely a lot more simple little ways to garden instead of like doing like a full garden. There's so many different little like ideas and things I have always seen on like Pinterest. I have this little idea of like a fairy garden. I'll insert some pictures here, and I'm really excited to do that as well as soon as it gets warmer. That is something I've been wanting to do for a really long time. Next thing along with baking is just simply trying a new recipe every once in a while. It can be so fun. You can find some online, even get like a little recipe book from the library and just try something new. The next thing is going thrifting, picking out a day just to go thrifting or go to garage sales or flea markets, farmers markets, whatever it is. Picking out a day just to literally just dilly-dally and seeing what you can find. I feel like that's the fun adventure about thrifting or secondhand shopping, is you never know what you're gonna find. Next thing is try a new coffee shop. Go to a coffee shop or make a fun little syrup. There's so many fun little syrups to make. I love making a blueberry syrup and banana bread syrup. There's so many recipes that are online that are so easy to follow. Last thing is simply just getting outside and touching grass, keeping going on a walk. You can take yourself out to a nice little park around your neighborhood or around your town. I have personally been taking advantage of going on many long walks now that the sun is officially out till after 7. It's 7:43. I've got my cozy PJs on and I am personally ready to get cozy, so we're gonna end this night off with some baking. I'm gonna get into some reading because this is the book I picked up today at the library, by the way. The other two, one of them wasn't there. It was only available on ebook, and the other one I placed on hold, which I'm very excited about. But the one I did pick up today was Mate by Ali Hazelwood. I've heard really good things about this. I've read a few of Ali Hazelwood's books and I love them. Some may say they're cringy. They are. I love when a female main character is a little cringy. And this is gonna be like my first wolf kind of storyline, because I'm pretty sure that is what this is about. But I had someone like recommend it to me as well, so I was like, I feel like this will be the perfect book kind of for me to further my genre because in reading, because that is what I've been wanting to do. So my motivation to finish this book is that once I finish this book, I get to start this one. So I honestly wish you guys could taste how good these are.
Revolved around the sun.
Good morning and happy Saturday. The sun is out. I made strawberry kind of like preserve jam situation, but I use it as strawberry syrup. It's also really good to spread on toast once it like thickens a bit more. I wanted to dive back into my matcha journey because I'm still trying to be a girl who can make a good matcha. I want to be a matcha drinker, and at this point I'm not even sure if I love matcha because I've never had like one made the right way. And however, it was so sad this morning because my matcha, like, it looked like it was gonna be good, but then it was so bad. It was so bad. And I know so many people can tell, like, so many matcha drinkers and matcha girlies can tell if the matcha is gonna be good by like the way the matcha looks, like if it's a certain color of green. And someone's probably gonna be watching this and be like, girl, that literally looks so bad. I'm gonna take myself on a walk. We are getting so much grass in because it's like 70 degrees out. So pretty much got into a lot of cozy little hobbies in the past few days. Last night I watched Wonder, which I have not seen that movie in so long, and then I was like, you know what, I'm gonna watch it. I saw that it was on Netflix, so I was like, I have to. So I stayed up till like 1 a.m. watching that last night. And like I said, whenever I was talking about like media to get you into like the spring mood and honestly just like comfort films overall, that movie, if you haven't watched it, I highly recommend that you go watch. Like, stop what you're doing now and go watch it. It came out in 2017, but there's something about the atmosphere of that movie. The main overall message is literally just kindness, just being kinder. And I think it is such, like, obviously it is, I feel like there is sadness in the movie, but overall it is such a beautiful, like, way to like look at the world different, like open your eyes, be kinder, and such a good, I feel like, feel good movie, and reminded me how much I love that movie. Anyways, today I think I want to get on to some scrapbooking because this is how it always goes. I will scrapbook once and then I won't do it for months, which this time I did have a reason. I did want to get a new scrapbook, so I just postponed any scrapbooking because I was like, what's the point if I'm gonna get a new scrapbook and then start completely over? But I do think I'm still gonna get a new scrapbook, but however, I still want to do some scrapbooking. So good morning. Even though it now is almost like 1 o'clock, I'm still out of my coffee pods, but I do have Nespresso coffee pods. I brewed like the coffee pod and then I just put it in the fridge for a bit so I could make like an iced coffee. And then I also have these little plastic cups that I got from Walmart. They were literally like $4, reusable little cups. And so now I feel like I'm having coffee from like a coffee shop, but I just made it at home. So got started on like drinking iced lattes. I haven't been much of an iced coffee drinker, but this is really good. So anyways, today I want to do some scrapbooking. I feel there's only like two ways for me when I'm scrapbooking. I will get like so into it and then I'll scrapbook and then I won't scrapbook for like weeks or like sometimes even months. I have not scrapbooked since January. So we're just gonna have a little scrapbook refresher, and for the vibes today, the little whimsy vibes, we're gonna be watching Tinkerbell while we scrapbook because that sounds lovely to me. So I have my scrapbook materials here, so let's get into some scrapbooking. The cinema. Why are you acting like it's a cat? Oh my gosh. Oh, and my cat is here. This is definitely an advantage of having little. See if I can film this before my camera falls. Oh,